What up, guys? Walks with Cody and Cody, day 33. Freaking blasting out here today. Yeah, it's freaking hot. Anyway, as I feel like man, I feel like you need to be able to express yourself, and I actively fight against like doing everything just for other people's approval or to make sure that they're okay and all this other stuff. Because like that's where it gets difficult too, because a lot of times I feel like people just live their lives based on other people's expectations on how they're supposed to live, especially when there's rules and all this other stuff. So anyway, I think that's the biggest one. And so what I see happen in situations like that is the person is going to act a certain way, and then the other person will be upset, embarrassed, or like really not like that they act like, let's just say, crazy out in public because they're not following the rules. And I've actually seen this play out with some friends of mine where the person was being crazy and the other person was embarrassed and just like, hey, could you chill out? And then he feels like he can't express himself. And yeah, it just creates this like kind of weird situation. So I can see that, because that's kind of how I feel with myself. No matter how much I do, no matter how much I push myself, no matter how much I grow, I'm always like, man, there's more. Yep. There's more. I can do more. And so then like, it's kind of exciting, and it also feels like you're never going to get there. And so it's like kind of hard to feel a sense of peace when you're like that too. So anyway, so it's kind of hard to like feel a sense of peace whenever you're like that, which it can be viewed as a good thing or it can be viewed as a bad thing, because there's two sides of the coin, right?
Yeah.
Like, one is you freaking get to keep growing forever. That's exciting. The second is you never actually get there. You're never there. And so
that's hard for some people, you know?
Yeah, because that's exactly the way I feel myself. No matter how much I do, no matter where I go, I'm not done. And I feel like God has gifted me with a lot of gifts, and I got a lot more to give, and I don't care where I'm at. There's always another level. Always another level. So
oh wow, there's food here.
We got free food.
What the heck? You know what, I think when I was dating back in the day, I feel like even when I feel like you can kind of cloud your own reality even when you're meeting that person, because you want it to work so badly.
Yes.
And you just like, the attraction's there, and
100%.
Pretty, you know, you're like, this is exciting.
100%. And that's something that I realized too, dude. I'm sweating so bad. That is something that I've realized too. We should walk again over there.
Okay.
We'll walk in the freaking shade.
Right,
but that is something that I noticed as well whenever you're in the dating phase, and especially when you're not secure. And so like I notice every time I'm dating, I notice little glimpses of insecurity in myself, and I'm like, dang, how do I have insecurity when I'm so confident? Yeah. But it's still there. Anyway, so there's like moments of insecurity, and then it really comes down to being like, you have to evaluate the other person, and if you are interested in them. What happens a lot of times is we try to make them interested in us. And then it's like, we need to validate ourselves, like, am I good enough? Am I there? And then you get them to like you, and then you're like, oh shoot, I don't actually like this person.
Yeah.
But you feel so weird because they didn't like you. So if they don't like you, then now you're like, oh man, I need to perform, I need to act this way. I think we should be evaluating if we like the other person, at the same time, like still being ourselves and trying to stay in that. So
yeah,
what I found is difficult for me, and this is something I thought through this morning. Gosh dang, I'm going to be sharing a lot of my internal thoughts. So what I was processing through this morning, dude, I hope you guys know how real I'm being with you guys right now. This is crazy. So I was thinking about how I don't like to show somebody too much love and affection, because then I'm scared that they will end up liking me, and then I haven't found out if I like them. And so then I'm like, oh shoot, maybe I should wait until I find out if I actually like them before I show them the love and affection. But then if I don't show them the love and affection, then I feel like I don't actually get to see the person or how they would react or be, because we're both kind of like guarding ourselves in a way, because we're both scared of what's going to happen if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And so that's what I feel like happens. It either happens one way where like we're kind of guarded, or it happens the other way where I go too far in, then I realize that I like the person. So I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. That's what I'm processing through now. Should I be like showing the person love and affection no matter what, and just like going all in and be like, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. At least I'm going to give it all I have every single time, no matter what, because I believe love is an infinite source, and I believe that it's not like we have a finite amount of love, which is also what I talk about in my book, so I don't want to give too much away there. But so yeah, I think a lot of times we think of love as this finite thing that we have to conserve it and we can't show too much of it or all this stuff. And so that's just an idea that I'm playing with. So that's what I'm going through right now, buddy.
Heck yeah, dude. I get it. I can relate. I understand.
Yep. Hopefully everybody else relates too. They're gonna be like, dude, why is this guy freaking shirtless talking about?
He's sweating.
I'm sweating for sure.